We're stargazing. Life goes on. I need her, my babies. Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? It's Tyler Knight. You tuned to Ty's Life. I'm about to be talking about why Larry Bird is top 5, in my opinion. Basically, me making the case for Larry Bird. There's some people in the media that don't think that Larry Bird is top 5 when he should be. There's some people that put Larry in the top 5, but put some players over him that I don't agree with, which is like Kareem, Bill Russell. My top 5 is Michael Jordan, LeBron, then you have Kobe, and then you have, for me, it's Larry, and then the last one I always struggle with for the 5. It's interchangeable. You could put Kareem there. I probably would put Kareem there. Yeah, Kareem in the 5. Kareem at 5. I can't put Shaq over Kareem. Like, you can, but I don't think I would. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I would say that. Sometimes when I was younger, I used to put Wilt up there, but it's like the amount of championships that Wilt won. I think he had like, what was it, 2, something like that. And then he lost to Bill Russell a bunch of times. So it's like, and then Kareem was also dominating around that time, and all the way up to he was dominating all the way up to like Magic Johnson times. When Johnson got there, he was still like winning. So I'd put Kareem in the top 5. But for Larry Bird, the reason why I would put Larry Bird at 4 is because based off of his accomplishments. Let me just list his accomplishments in the 13 years he's been playing in the NBA. 3-time NBA champion. This is in 13 years. 3-time MVP. 12-time All-Star. 9-time All-NBA first team. 3-time three-point shootout champion. I mean, like, he was the best three-point shooter in the league back then, so that was a given. And 1980 NBA Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying? He won that over Magic Johnson. The same guy in that same year that went to the finals, averaged a triple-double, and won a championship for his team as a rookie. So, like, he went against that guy and blew him out the freaking stadium. Like, it wasn't even close for the Rookie of the Year. Larry Bird won that easily. So, it's like, he started off great and ended off his career great. His last year, he averaged like 20 points, and he went through like some back injuries, a whole lot of stuff, but he was still playing decent. Like, a lot of players don't end off their career in that way. A lot of players end off their career averaging 20 points. It's only the greats. It's only Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, and I can't think of really anybody else that averaged 20 at the end of their career. It was still averaging over 20 points, no matter what. Like, all the back injuries, you're old, people call you washed, you're still averaging 20 points. LeBron's ridiculous. LeBron's still averaging the same amount of points he averaged in his prime, and rebounds and assists. Like, he's still playing and still generating the same type of stats. Like, that guy, that's why I put him up there. That's why I put him up at number 2. It's like Jordan, LeBron, and then I have Kobe, and then I have Larry. What LeBron's doing right now, I haven't seen. In that 13 years of playing, he did all of that, and he's still one of the top scorers. He's still one of the top scorers all time. 897. So yeah, the only person that played less games than Larry Bird was Elgin Baylor. You know, if you guys know Elgin Baylor, he was a problem. George Gervin is 46. At 46, 791 games. Elgin Baylor is the only player that played less games, and he's over him. So, you know, Larry Bird is one of those guys, and he needed a lot in a short period of time. That's why I feel like I put him up there. Jordan did a lot in a short period of time. That's why I still put him up there too. He didn't play no 20 years like LeBron and Kobe. Like, all these guys played less amount of games, way less amount of games, still in the top 40 for the scoring list, still up there with the all-time assists, the rebounds list. Like, he's an overall player, so he's up there. His grit, the mental game he plays. He plays he covers all areas. He's almost the perfect basketball player. He covers all areas: the mental game, the physical game, and he's probably one of the best teammates you could probably have, because like they followed the way he played, the way he facilitated, the way he moved the ball. Everybody else on the team bought into that, and he was the system, as people would say in the comments from the last video or the video before that. He was the system. He was the Celtics system. So like the way they passed the ball, the way they looked for cutters and facilitated and got you the ball right away, behind the back passes, no look passes. But they always knew a cutter was coming through, so they always threw it, and there was someone there. So they had everybody bought into that system of playing team basketball, and he just played the game the right way. And he was flashy. Like I said, Luka is more flashy than Larry Bird. That's very debatable. But yeah, Larry Bird has his own way of playing. There's certain things that are flashy, and there's certain things that are just like whatever the defense is giving him, whatever we have at the time, whatever his options are, he's gonna get it done, no matter what the circumstance. And when it gets to a point where it's like nobody else would be able to get that shot off, nobody else would be able to get that pass off, Larry Bird's gonna get it done. That's why it looks crazy. That's why it looks flashy. But I don't think he's actually aiming to be flashy. That's just his game. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know if you agree with me with the top 5. If you think Larry Bird is a GOAT, make the case for Larry Bird. If you think it's top 3, make the case for Larry Bird about that. But my top 5 is definitely Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Larry, and then Kareem. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay blessed, stay lit, and I'm out.
Now stay tuned for your daily devotion.
Many times have something happened in your life and you let your emotions eclipse the truth of God's word. You feel abandoned, but his word says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. You feel when you're praying, he's not listening, but the word says he hears the cries of his children. You feel you're not going to be able to get through the season financially, but the word says we have never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. You feel he does not love you, but the word says that while you was yet a sinner, Christ demonstrated his love by dying for you. You feel, but the word says. You feel, but the word says. You feel, but the word says. You feel, but the word says.
Larry Bird versus Everybody Part 2. He's in my top 5. What about you?
YouTube's Tired Night, Tuned to His Life. I'm about to be talking about why Larry Bird is in my top 5. As you know, in my other videos, I put Jordan number 1, LeBron at number 2, number 3, I put Kobe, number 4, it's like Kareem, and then number 5, Larry Bird. Yeah, let me know what you think about that, what your top 5 is. Most of you guys say Larry Bird's the GOAT. Honestly, before I started reacting to Larry Bird videos, I didn't see anybody or any fan base really put Larry Bird at number 1, but I didn't know how many people would. So it's very surprising, and it's very telling the impact that Larry Bird has on players, and that's what I'm going to talk about first. Impact on fans and players. So first, the fan base. The first time I started reacting to Larry Bird, in comparison to my Jordan videos, the Larry Bird videos were doing well, and like frequently and consistently. The Michael Jordan videos, like one video do well, one video do all right, but it was never consistent. Larry Bird was like consistent. Whenever I put Larry Bird in the title, it would be like 1,000 views in a couple of days, and when I would put Michael Jordan in the title, it would be like a couple hundred views, and then it'll get to 1,000 eventually. One of the videos went crazy and did 40,000 views because of the subject matter, which was The Last Dance. So it just, for Michael Jordan, it depends on the subject matter. For Larry Bird, you just have to have him in the title, and that's telling based off of his impact. in the basketball community and his fans. His fan base is very strong, and for him to be one of the best and to have a fan base that's strong, even on YouTube, it's stronger than Jordan, is crazy to me, and that's my goal. So it's like that. I think his impact, he might have more impact than a lot of players that are put in my top 5 as far as YouTube. I'm not sure all around impact. I think Jordan probably has it, but like my top, basically based off of what he's done and the impact on his fans, I feel like you would have to put him up there. And then the impact on players, I feel like he has allowed the game to evolve. If there wasn't a Larry Bird, there wouldn't be a Luka Doncic. There wouldn't be LeBron wouldn't be as good as he is. Who else? Dirk Nowitzki. Like all these players that are two-way players, all-around players, dropping triple doubles. Larry Bird did it first. Step back. So Larry Bird did it first. That's his impact. His impact is phenomenal. His impact is undeniable. It's inevitable. You can't avoid it. Like it's Larry Bird is in the game. Like Larry Bird is the game. You get what I'm saying? Like there's those top 5 guys have the most impact ever. Down from positions all the way up. I don't have any point guards in my top 5. I usually do. I used to have Magic in there. Yeah, Steph Curry. I don't know if he will be there. Like he is one of those guys where I'm like, oh, he's really good, but I don't know if he's top 5 worthy. I usually put him in my top 10. But that's my 2 top point guards, Magic Johnson and Stephen Curry. And Stephen Curry definitely has changed the game, probably as much as anybody else. But Larry Bird, there's so many great players in the league. Jokic, all of those guys that if it wasn't for Larry Bird putting a stamp in the game, even if they didn't watch Larry Bird, just training, the way people train other people is based off of what Larry Bird has done in the game. Step backs did not exist before Larry Bird, as far as I know. It's the first time I've seen a step back, like as far as all the way back, going back to the 80s, I didn't see a step back before that. Honestly, based off of highlights and what I've known and what I've learned as a student of the game, I've never seen step back before then. And then based off of his championships and what he did in a small period of time, nobody else, or it might have been 1 or 2 people, maybe it's probably the only other person is Jordan, and that's the only person I'll put over him that had a career that was that short and did all those things. Larry Bird got what, three titles to his name in a short period of time. In those 13 years that he was in the NBA, got all those all-star games, MVPs, averaging a high amount in all 3 categories: points, assists, rebounds. He's on the all-time list for a lot of those categories too. His intimidation is probably one of the best. His scoring ability, his shooting, his defense, the way that he impacted the Boston system. He was the system. So it's like, if you have a guy like that on your team, it's like you can never do wrong. It's like you're gonna get the 3 championships that you got, like, and you have everybody around you, but he made everybody around him better. So yeah, that's Larry Bird, all-around player, one of the best players of all time, and those are one of the reasons why he's in my top 5. I just wanted to make this video so you guys can discuss in the comments and talk to me about why he's your GOAT, so I can just look through it, do my research, and have a new perspective on it, and then come back and do another top 5 and see where I'm at with Larry Bird. But right now it's Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Kareem, Larry, all those guys that have impacted the game at a high level, and the game wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for them. And then the 2 other notable notable players that I think impacted the game as much as those players is Magic Johnson and Stephen Curry. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah. Until next time, I'll have some reaction videos coming soon. Technical difficulties is getting in the way. Those other videos getting out, but it will get out soon. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Talk to me in the comments, and I'm out.
Now stay tuned for your daily devotion.
The first thing you want to take care of every day, Lord, bless me. Why? So you can be a blessing. Keep me from the evil of the day. Keep me from the evil of the day. Every day you wake up, you don't know what evil has been designed to try to take you down and to trouble you. So go ahead of it and say, keep me from the evil of the day.
Choose fellowship with God daily. Choose fellowship with God daily. Try to learn what pleases the Lord and have nothing to do with the things done in darkness, which are not worth anything. Walk with Him. Walk with Him for life.
Now let me ask you this. Is there anything in your life that you're willing to be fully committed to for the rest of your life? There might be things you're committed to right now that's taking your time and your energy, and you shouldn't be committed to those, because God wants first priority in your life and a whole heart commitment. And God says what's most important is that you be with me above everything else, that you get to know me. It means that when I wake up in the morning, I need to say, God, no matter what happens today, I need to get to know you a little bit more. I need to learn how to love you a little bit more. And it could be the best day I've ever had, but I need to make sure I need to learn to love you and know you a little bit more. And God says if you do that, that day was a success. And the opposite is true too, which is, let's say you get up and you don't even think about God. And you've got this great day. You go and you make the sale. You finally get the job. You finally get a date with a live girl. Whatever it is, okay? You're a success that day. It's your best day ever that you've got. And you forget about God. God says that day was a waste. It was a failure because you forgot me.